All right. Welcome in, Nagy Nation. It's Browns, it's Ravens, big Week 14 matchup here. And we do have Deshaun Watson back after Jacoby Brissett went an admirable 6-5 against these opponents earlier in the season as voted for on the channel. So Deshaun Watson makes his appearance here in the season for the first time, as he is going to debut against the Ravens here in Week 14. And we're going to see what the Browns can do in this big matchup. Obviously, the new game dropped today. We may be doing a video here on that soon once we unwrap that present that should hopefully be in Phil's mail. But once that does occur, we'll let you know. But looking forward to this one, and obviously we're going to power through the rest of this season, expecting a doubleheader today. So without further ado, we will get it kicked off here for our first of two today. Welcome in Mason. Welcome in John. And Phil is actually headed back to work. He just got us kicked off for today, so I'm going to be doing all of this one myself. He'll be hopefully popping on for a second sim as soon as he gets back from work. Here's a look at Lamar's numbers for the season. Hey, Bauer Power, welcome in. Go Browns. And we'll take a look at it at some point, Mason, but we're going to try to get through the rest of this season real quick. We're most of the way through. 1st and 10 here for Lamar. Pressure coming, and he's just going to run backwards and take a big sack. Perry and Winfrey in on the sack there. Actually, he's going to get credited with half a sack for that. So, opening snap for Lamar results in a big sack for the Browns. Looks like Tommy Togiai was in there, too. All right, so 2nd and 24 now, backed up almost out of his own end zone is Lamar out of the gun. Back to pass, 4-man rush. Over the middle, he's got a man. And Lamar dumps it off to his reliable tight end, Mark Andrews. And that one goes for 5, a 3rd and 19 coming. Now 3rd and 19 for the Ravens. Back to pass is Lamar. Pressure coming. He's going to unload deep. He's got a man down there, but overthrows everybody, does Lamar. And so that is going to be a quick 3 and out after that early sack for the Browns. And the Ravens will have to punt. Hey, welcome in, Chris G. And obviously things looking up in Browns land, have all the negativity behind us and all the storyline. You know, at least we know what to look forward to, what to expect for this season, as we have simulated that for you here in this game. Technically, he did play 12. He went 6-5 in those 11, though. As Nick Chubb's going to carry up the middle, big hole, and he's going to gain 12, quickly on the first play for the Browns. Nice run. But obviously he went 6-5 for us in those 11 games against different opponents here in our simulated 2023 season. Did Brissett, and then Deshaun Watson now back out there for us, and obviously we are also going to be making a transition to the new game, which we're very excited about. Be looking for a video on that and the rosters and some of the stuff to look forward to in the new game. There's a little bunch formation to the right for the Browns here. Deshaun Watson hands it off to Kareem, who stiff-arms the guy and then breaks through another tackler and refusing to go down, picking up 5 yards, almost all of them after contact. But I will say that we'll start that transition, but we are going to try to finish out this season for everyone here on the Madden 22 game, just to get through it. But we are expecting a doubleheader today, so look for another one coming later today. Over the middle is Deshaun. He hits his man. That's David Bell on the reception. Oh no, they say he dropped it. An unlikely drop from David Bell. Don't see that very often. As that one, I guess, went incomplete. I didn't see it come out, but apparently it did. 3rd and 5. Yes, new Stefanski skin finally in 23 is what it appears to be, and we're very excited about that here on the channel. As an errant throw from Deshaun, he was trying to move in the pocket and kind of threw it in an unstable base and just missed. So the Browns will punt here from the Ravens' 43. A little coffin corner action. Looks like it's going to go out at the 8. A very nice punt there for Bajorquez. We'll look at the playoff picture here of Browns in currently at a 7-5 clip in the wild card. So they're certainly right there. And now with Deshaun back at the helm, you expect things to be looking up. 1st and 10. We'll hand off to J.K. Dobbins, who is going to be tackled by a few Browns there. Jacob Phillips in on that tackle to finish it off. Oh, good to know. Watson having the gambler X Factor now, says Phil. The same one that Aaron Rodgers has. 2nd and 6 after that 4-yard pickup for J.K. Dobbins. Back to passes. Lamar pressure coming. He's going to dump it off out to the outside. That's Ricard, his fullback. And he's going to gain some nice yardage along the perimeter there. And that one goes for 16 and a 1st down. Grant Delpit in to tackle the big fullback. That little bench concept out to the outside. Really nobody coming out with Ricard to cover him, and so he had lots of room to work with. Now the pistol look for Lamar. He's got the snap, and he hands it off to J.K. Dobbins, who is met quickly. And that was M.J. Emerson in on the tackle. Maintaining that contained nicely. 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7. Over to the left side goes Lamar, but that one is broken up nicely. And a 3rd and 7 coming. Out of the gun now. 4-man, or excuse me, yeah, it was a 4-man rush, but he does dump it off to J.K. Dobbins, who has some room to work with. And gains 9 to pick up a 1st down there. You saw that pressure was just getting through. That was Perry and Winfrey who was pressuring Lamar, but Lamar dumped it off quickly to his outlet, and J.K. Dobbins does the rest of the work to pick up the 1st down. 1st and 10 now, out of the pistol again. He fakes the handoff to J.K. Dobbins. He's going to scramble out of the pocket and just throw this one away as the pressure was doing its work to make him uncomfortable in the pocket, and had to take his eyes from downfield. Now he'll hand off up the middle to J.K. Dobbins. Got some room to work, and he's going to be tackled after a pickup of about 7. 3rd and 3 here for the Ravens. They'll hand off to J.K. Dobbins again, who is going to gain a bunch of yards through some traffic there. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, you mean for the X Factor? Yes, yeah, X Factor in this game, in this version, as Phil says, in the 2023 season that we've simulated here. 1st and 10 now. Bringing a man in motion, a little pop pass to him, and that's going to be well read by the Browns. Delpit and Ward combining to make that tackle, both in there, and Duvernay had nowhere to go. A little TFL action there, loss of 1 on the pop pass. Really nice edge presence there from 2 of our secondary members. Second and 11. Out of the gun, Lamar faking the handoff. He's going to work up in the pocket and now goes back to that outlet to the outside. And that's Gus Edwards on the reception, but only a pickup of 3 on that reception. So a 3rd and 8 coming here, well within Justin Tucker range. 4-man rush, back to pass. He throws out to the outside and hits the back of his receiver. That was kind of odd, as that one goes incomplete. So Justin Tucker's going to come out and try for a 50-yard field goal here. And of course, Justin Tucker puts it right through the uprights, and a 3-0 ball game is the result, favoring the Ravens. So Tucker kicks it away, and the Browns will take a knee there. Does Felton in the end zone. So Deshaun Watson will come back out and take over at his own 25. And obviously looking to do be a little bit more productive on this drive, as they got stymied just past the midway mark on their last and had to coffin corner. So looking to put a more productive drive together here. 1st and 10 out of the gun. Nick Chubb gets the handoff. He's going to work through a tackler and gain a pickup of about 5 yards. Hey, Karen, welcome in. Go Browns. Call it a pickup of 6, 2nd and 4. Now another handoff to Nick Chubb out on the perimeter. He's got some space, and he's going to gain the 1st down and then a few more, working his way out to about the 39-yard line. Nice little run out there, finding some space to work in, and well blocked on that little zone scheme run. Going to see another look at that one, as he had some room to work with nicely, and takes advantage of it on that bounce cut to get outside of the edge. 1st and 10. Under center is Deshaun Watson, bringing Harrison Bryant in motion, setting up the wham concept, and Nick Chubb's going to cut back and get absolutely upended out there. Only a pickup of 1 as the rookie Hamilton comes up from his safety position to make a nice tackle. 2nd and 9 now for Deshaun out of the gun. Snap is back, and he's back to pass. 5-man coming. He's going to unload out to the left side, and looks like he just had to throw that one away. There was a receiver in the area, but it was over his head. 3rd and 9. Now back to pass again, bringing the blitz to the outside. He avoids it, but does not avoid the 2nd man, and Deshaun's going to take the sack there. And that is going to bring out the punting unit, as Peters got home on the outside blitz. And then Deshaun Watson avoided Peters first, but could not avoid the 2nd. And Pierce, the sacker in this case. Hey, Mike, welcome in. I appreciate having you all the way from Bangkok. That's awesome. And definitely enjoy having fans of the Browns from all over the world. We do have a number of people from various locations. Some from the Philippines. We've had, and now obviously Bangkok. That's pretty cool. We got London, a few other spots as well. So definitely excited about that. Out of the gun is Lamar. 4-man rush. He's going to unload to the left side. Oh, that one almost picked, as looked like Newsome got his hand in there and almost had the opportunity to take it away, but does break it up. 2nd and 10. Pistol look, handoff. Actually, an option keeper there, and Lamar keeps it, but Delpit comes up quickly and tackles him for no gain. 3rd and 10. Out of the pistol look now for Lamar. He's got a bunch formation to the right. The pressure coming, but he unloads. He's got a man down there, but just overthrows everybody. Denzel Ward in tight coverage right there. And Duvernay, the intended receiver, but Lamar just missed him. So the Ravens have to punt. And Ford, the punt returner, basically gains a yard, having received it at the 20, takes it out to the 21. Now to the gun, Deshaun Watson with Kareem Hunt on its right hip. He is going to hand it off to Kareem Hunt. Big hole to work with. He's get down to the secondary and out to the 35, called the 34-yard line. Nice little run there for Kareem Hunt, kind of shifty in the hole, and Hamilton on the tackle, but he did some damage quickly and out past some nice blocks to get him, spring him to the second level quickly. It's interesting they credited Hamilton with a tackle when that was more of a broken tackle. He kind of shrugged off Hamilton there. 1st and 10. Now a handoff again to Kareem Hunt, and Kareem Hunt is going to be met by a flock of Ravens there. Pick up a 3. A little handoff again to Kareem Hunt. And he is going to gain a few more yards. Again, keeping on schedule here, setting up now a 3rd and 5 with those positive runs. Deshaun Watson brings Cooper in motion, back to pass, 4-man rush. He's going to unload over the middle. He's got a man. That is Njoku. And out to the 41 goes David Njoku. So that one, again, nicely converted on 3rd down there, setting up those positive yards with those runs. Or positive runs to keep the chains moving, putting yourself in positive position from 3rd and 5. You can, opens up the playbook. You can do a lot of things. And right there, they hit Njoku right over the middle on a nice little post route, and he was just wide open in the zone there. And Deshaun put it right on him. Tight bunch formation to the left for the Browns. Kareem Hunt on the left hip. Interesting, we haven't seen much of Nick Chubb of late. I wonder if he's gone out for some reason, a stamina sub, or perhaps a little nicked up or something. This time, Kareem Hunt on the carry goes backwards for a yard. Welcome in, Sam. I am 40 years old. We'll be 41 in September. 2nd and 11 now for the Browns. Back to pass is Deshaun. Pressure coming on the blitz, and he's going to scramble out to the outside, then unloads. He's got a man down there waiting in the end zone, but knocked out of his hands. That was almost a touchdown, as I think it was DPJ on the attempted catch, but unable to come away with it out of the end zone on the little scramble drill there for Deshaun Watson, evading the pressure from the blitz. 3rd and 11. Now Deshaun Watson. Blitz coming around the outside, but he unloads underneath, and that one is going to be short as David Bell catches it, but 4th and 5 upcoming. 1:15 and counting here in the first quarter. This is still 22, Cassius. Welcome in. We are still in the same 2023 simulated season after our Super Bowl victory with Jacoby Brissett playing 12 games, really. He went 6-5 in the simulated 11-game suspension. We played an extra one with him because at the time we didn't know if it would be 11 or 12, so we figured going all the way out to 12. But now Deshaun Watson is back. Browns are 7-5 currently, and but this is in Madden 22. And we will be doing an intro video to Madden 23 here soon, but we're going to play another Madden 22 game, the next one in this season, for a doubleheader today, coming in not too long. Phil is actually my cousin, and yes, I do have other siblings as well, 2 brothers and 2 sisters, but Phil is my cousin. Out of the pistols, Lamar Jackson going to hand it off to J.K. Dobbins, who is going to be tackled. Actually, no, Gus Edwards on the carry. And he will pick up 2. I'll hand off again. Gus Edwards, who's going to break through some... a nice little shifty move, actually, from Gus Edwards. He had some traffic in there, but he breaks through it to get to the second level. And Jacob Phillips eventually does bring him down. But a pickup of 10 yards to gain the first down. Yeah, no worries. Not a problem. Yeah, the run defense has been a bit spotty here in this game. Up the middle, they've had some success. This is a very good running offense. They've got a good O-line that likes to run block. They're kind of set up for that run. They've done a nice job here in this one, especially up the middle. Now another little fake handoff. It's an option keeper, but they've got a flag. I think there's a hold on the backside of the play, and we'll see what happens here as Newsome came up to make the tackle. It is a hold on the offense, so this one's coming back, and that one against former Brown Kevin Zeitler. A 1st and 19 now after the hold. Now back to pass on a quick drop. He's got a man out to the outside and dumps it off there for a quick pickup of a few yards. Call it 5. And Dimas in on that reception. A little handoff now. He's got Gus Edwards has the ball and pickup of a few more yards. But now still a 3rd and 10 after that penalty had set them back. Floated over the middle to the safety blanket, Mark Andrews, and that one is going to easily pick up a first down. That his 2nd reception of the ball game. Out of the pistol look is Lamar. He's going to fake the handoff. Little option keeper out to the outside. It worked before. Why not again? Oh, big shot from Ronnie Harrison. Just upends Lamar Jackson. And that's the concern with a Russian quarterback. You worry about the hits they take. Obviously that's something the Browns are going to have to start worrying about as well with Deshaun, who is also very dangerous with his feet. Because you don't want him taking shots like that. That is not something you want to see your franchise man, take hits like that in a game. A little handoff to Gus Edwards up the middle. He is tackled after a pickup of about 6. JJ 3 in on the tackle. Call it a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 here. A little handoff to Gus Edwards out to the outside, and Myles Garrett uncharacteristically not maintaining contain there. And so the second level has to come up and make the play instead. So pickup of another 3 yards, and it's 3rd and 3. But Gus Edwards is going to be held short on that run. And a 4th and 1 upcoming. JOK with a very nice play to hold him short. So we'll see what happens here if they elect to trot out Justin Tucker, or are they going to go for it on 4th and 1. Another look at that run. Gus Edwards was held short. And interesting for both sides, and it is going to be Justin Tucker. So looking to reestablish the lead here in this 3-3 ball game are the Ravens. And they do 6-3 after the chip shot from Justin Tucker. So the Ravens reestablish the lead 6-3, 11 minutes to go in half. On what has been mostly a defensive struggle. Very back and forth with the field goal game so far. Yeah, hopefully we'll see some more here from DW4. Would like to see some production out of him. Kind of needs to get on track a little bit. I like the fact there's Nick Chubb back. So he is not, if he was nicked up, he's back in the game at least. We'll hand off to Nick Chubb. He's going to fight through that tackler and then meet the second level there, but pick up of 8 in the process. Clark was the tackler. 2nd and 2. Now under center is Deshaun Watson. Nick Chubb, the single back. He is going to get the handoff, work up the middle, and gain the first down after a pickup of 4. Owe in on the tackle, 1st and 10 out of the gun. He's going to hand it off to Kareem Hunt now. He's going to be met in the backfield as that block was not held up well, and Pierce just shot the gap to make that tackle for a loss. 2-yard loss there for Kareem Hunt. Yeah, same here, Mason. We absolutely love. It's almost. I mean, it's like artistry in motion. The guy is just an incredible running back. I don't care what other people say. I strongly, very firmly believe he's the best running back in the NFL. Yeah, he doesn't get the gaudy numbers because he doesn't have the number of carries as other running backs. Because he's got Nick Chubb, he's got Kareem Hunt, who is equally good in many respects. Certainly a starting quarterback for any other team. As Harrison Bryant is going to catch that one out at the perimeter for 7 yards and a first down. Hey, Carvello, welcome in. And go Browns. Going to hand off to Kareem Hunt. He's going to fight through some tacklers. That was a nice little run there, very physical, as he gained 4 yards in what might have been only a single yard. 2nd and 6. Kareem Hunt again. He is going to work out on the outside again, fighting through tacklers. And he has been running so hard, only 28 yards on the ground, but very hard-earned yards. 3rd and 2. Kareem Hunt again. He's going to be tackled this time just short. Pierce with great play there. Thought for a moment that Kareem Hunt was going to get past him, but Pierce would not be denied. And so 4th and 2 here for the Browns. And kind of at that midfield no man's land. It'll be interesting to see if they choose to pooch punt again or if they're going to look to go for it here on 4th and 2. I doubt they're going to bring out Cade York. It's pretty long. They are going to try Cade York for a 61.5 yarder. Kick is up. I think it might have just missed. It did. It may have had the leg, but I think it drifted on him just to the left. It did. Just left. And so Cade York, no good from 61.5. And unfortunately, that's going to set up the Ravens and Lamar with some excellent field position. Hey, John, welcome in. It's going well. Quick snap back and, wow, quickly tackled out there on the perimeter. Myles Garrett, what a play that was, as Gus didn't think he was going to be tackled, but Myles just tackled him through a would-be blocker. That was impressive. 2-yard loss on that TFL. Look at Myles just through the blocker. Gus Edwards just couldn't believe that happened. He saw the hole, thought he was going to hit a whole bunch of yards, didn't see Myles Garrett expect Myles Garrett to come right through the blocker to make that tackle. Now out of the pistol look, Lamar floats it over the middle on a quick slant, and that one is complete for a pickup of 6, and Wallace on the reception. Hey, Kishan, welcome in. Back to pass is Lamar. He scrambles out to the outside. He's got his man, Duvernay. And that one is going to go for a nice little pickup. And Denzel Ward in on coverage makes the tackle. Nice little throw there from Lamar, though. Credit him just finding Duvernay in some space. Denzel Ward having to work up from his zone where he was. Probably should have done that a little sooner, but was not able to contest that one. Set 1st and 10. We'll hand off up the middle. Gus Edwards fighting through some would-be tacklers. We haven't seen J.K. Dobbins in quite a while. Again, wondering if he might have got nicked up or if it's stamina sub or what. But that one for Gus Edwards goes for 5. And Gus Edwards continues to be out there. Bunch formation tight to the left. Lamar back to pass. Pressure coming. He unloads out to the outside. Wide open. Duvernay touchdown Ravens. The first touchdown of the ball game goes to the Ravens. And they're going to extend their lead here as Duvernay was uncovered out there and no one able to make a play on him before he got to the end zone. And that's going to extend the Ravens' lead likely by 10 here, pending the Justin field goal or Mr. Automatic's point after touchdown. Yeah, certainly hope so, Mason. We need to see more out of the offense. The offense has been struggling a bit, and the defense has been just a bit flat, too. I mean, they've made plays at times, but not really at the production level we expect out of this defense. They've been so good. Just a little bit flat here today. Not quite as consistent as they often are. Now from about the 3-yard line, Felton takes it out and gets to the 21 before he is tackled. Yeah, I agree, Mason. I did not like the choice to go for that 61.5. That's why I thought either they go for it on 4th and 2, which at least gives you higher odds of with that high-powered offense that you get the first down. Get it to that man right there. Nick Chubb probably picks up that first down. Or, go for the coffin corner and put it out at like the 2-yard line and make it way more difficult and less likely the Ravens score that touchdown. Now hand off to Nick Chubb, and he is going to be tackled after a pickup of about 3 yards on the carry. 2nd and 7. Bringing the Chief in motion. And hand off to Kareem Hunt, who is met quickly, but he fights through the would-be tackler and picks up 2 more yards. So a 3rd and 5 coming. So here comes the 3rd down play. Out of the gun is Deshaun Watson. Back to pass, 4-man rush. Working up in the pocket and unloading deep. He's got a man down there. And Cooper comes away with a great catch. Wow, what an athletic play. Just an impressive aerial demonstration out there on the perimeter as he is able to climb the ladder and make a great catch. That was awesome. As you see the 55 air yards there on the throw. Just absolutely mossed him out there. Great catch from Cooper. 1st and 10. That was really the first explosive play of the game. And he'll hand off to Nick Chubb. Let's see if that gets them going. As Nick Chubb carries for 2 yards there on 1st down. Patrick Queen in on the tackle. That's a good question, as Nick Chubb is going to carry the ball again, taking us to the 2-minute warning here in the half. I don't know. It depends on where does Lamar end up. If he gets out of the AFC and ends up in the NFC, then sure, happily. Because that means the Ravens really have to start over and have to blow up their entire roster because everything they have built is been around Lamar and what he does. And you don't just replace a guy like Lamar and that skill set because those guys are not dime a dozen. They're hard to find, especially at that level. So I think I would lean that way probably, but who knows? 1st and goal now. Touchdown Browns! Cooper came wide open in the end zone, and Deshaun Watson, who was in the zone, just put it right on him. Great throw to thread the needle in between a bunch of defenders, and Cooper had a great spot to set up in there in the end zone with nobody able to make the play. Nice little throw. Look at this throw here, just spreading 3 or 4 defenders in a little window there before they could close on it, and then Cooper does all the work to come away with that spot in the back of the end zone and an easy catch. But yes, they did leave a lot of time here for the Ravens, scoring that touchdown relatively quickly with 1:31 here to go in half. But it does make it a 10-13 ball game with the Ravens clinging to that 3-point lead. Hey, Darnell, welcome in. Go Browns. So the kickoff is through the back of the end zone, and that'll bring out Lamar on his own 25. Yeah, it was a great throw, John, for sure. Now out of the gun is Lamar. 1:31 to go down the field. It's all 3 timeouts, setting up a screen. He's got his man. And that one goes for some positive yardage, which is unusual for the screen, but only 2 yards picked up on that screen. But anytime you see a successful screen in Madden these days seems like a win, because you just don't see them very often. They're so poorly executed in the current version. 2nd and 8. And a quick throw is dropped eventually. MJ Emerson in on the tackle, and I think he actually got his hand in and knocked it away before the receiver came to the ground. 3rd and 8 now. Defense making a stand here. Now throwing out to the outside. He's got a man. A nice tackle. Did he keep him short? That was JJ3. They call a timeout. Makes you think he maybe did get the yard to gain as he stretched for it. And he didn't. 4th and inches, just short. So it was the Browns who took the timeout with 54 seconds left. And the Ravens have to punt. So DW4 is going to get another crack at this with 47 ticks to try to get his team down and potentially either tie this game or take the lead going into half. And credit JJ3 with an incredible tackle to keep him just short. DW4 back to pass. He's going to unload to his outlet. That's Kareem Hunt, who is going to work to the sideline and at least get out of bounds. But he is going to go backwards in the process. And now a 2nd and 16 on that negative 6-yard reception. Woof. You see Williams in on the tackle on some really nice coverage from him. 2nd and 16. Back to pass is Deshaun. He's got a man out there. That's Nick Chubb working towards the sideline. He's going to get out of bounds. Nicely done there from Nick Chubb. Heady play from him. Catching the ball, working upfield, but then working towards the sideline to make sure he got out of bounds to stop the clock. Still 2 timeouts preserved for the Browns. And also a 1st down on that reception from Nick Chubb. So it'll be 1st and 10 here from the 43. 36 ticks left, 2 timeouts. Deshaun back to pass. 4-man rush. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. Looks like he's just going to take off with it himself. He does. He's down to the 30, to the 20, out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. That was a beautiful pickup for Deshaun, and now they're well within field goal range and with an opportunity to take a few shots here at the end zone from the 18-yard line after Watson just gets it done with his feet. Hey, welcome in, Marlo. Glad to have you. Welcome in, Alan. Let's go, Browns. So DW4, 26 ticks left. He's back to pass, searching over the middle. Just missed David Bell. Puts it astride in front of him. And you could almost feel the anticipation. You thought DW just a little bit amped on that throw, looked like, and Watson just unable to connect. Now throwing to the outside. He's got his man working towards the sideline. Nicely out of bounds is Harrison Bryant. So 3rd and inches here, 17 ticks left, still 2 timeouts. They've done so well on clock management here. Looking to try to punch this one in. Over the middle, on that quick slant to Cooper, he does catch it. They're going to take the first of their 2 timeouts. Still an opportunity to go to the end zone. 12 ticks left. Got to convert here. Back to pass, DW4. Pressure coming. He's going to scramble and take the sack, so they're going to take that last time out and just take this field goal. Oh, no, they're going to go for it. 7 seconds left. No way to stop the clock. This is a dicey move. We'll see what they do. Pressure's coming. They bring the blitz coming around the middle, but Kareem Hunt's going to be held short, and that's why you kick the field goal. Now we end up with no points. Yuck. Yuck. Ugh. Situational football there was awful. They had such a great drive going. They had worked the sideline, which Madden never does. They had done such a great job, preserved those timeouts, used them in the correct positions, but then as soon as they take that sack, they've got to call that timeout and trot out Cade York and just take the points. What are you doing? That choice, if you do take that shot, okay, fine, but you have to run your routes to the end zone. You don't throw it too short of the end zone unless you're sure he can get in. You gotta run your routes at the end zone, because if you miss, you get tackled short, you don't have time. That's just completely mismanaged by the Browns. So disappointing. Yeah, absolutely, Mason. That was the best use of the sideline I've ever seen in Madden. It was incredible until the very end. We get maddened. They gave us finally give us what we've been screaming for the longest time. That clock management looked awesome. It was finally what it should have been, until they just make a completely boneheaded move there at the end. Should have just taken the points and the tie into half, but instead, Browns are going to get the ball still down 13-10. A huge shot on Felton, who does a flip almost backwards. Hey, welcome in, I Love Football. Yes, the Bears football game in halftime is a thing. Hopefully they'll correct that for Madden 23. I really don't understand it. Now Nick Chubb with a handoff. He's going to fight through some traffic and gain 3. Second and 7. Deshaun Watson is going to fake a handoff, little boot action here, and he's going to throw it out to the outside. David Bell on the reception. That's only his second of the ball game, I think. 3rd and 2. We'll hand off Kareem Hunt. He's got some room to work, but he is kept just short. Hamilton with a big check. 4th and 1, and so the Browns are going to go 3 and out and punt. Yuck. Yeah, we never do decide who wins that game. Chicago versus Chicago, or who loses it, maybe it's just 0-0 all the time, I don't know. So the Browns punt. Bojorquez, actually a really nice punt, way down there. That was an impressive, now you do get a little bit of a return out of it, but still keeping them a nice flip of the field here for the Browns. Thanks to Bojorquez. And so the Ravens will start at the 22 after that punt. Now Lamar scrambling out to the left side. He is going to still work in the pocket, but Clowney takes him down. Too much dancing, says Clowney. And he ends that one short. I'm not sure why Lamar started to run up and then changed his mind to bounce outside. That move put him right in the path of Clowney, who just forces his way through a double team and then just puts a big shot on Lamar and brings him down for the sack. Browns are currently 7-5, Marlo. And that was 12 games of Jacoby Brissett. And this is the first with Deshaun Watson back. Now, per the 11 with different, the actual 11-game suspension, the Browns went 6-5 in those games. Obviously, different opponents. This is the simulated 2023 season, so it has none of the same opponents or really the order or any of it is right. But we did want to get a sense of what it might look like with Jacoby. And we ended up with 12 games played with him because we didn't know it was going to be 11 when we played that final, that 12th one. We knew it would be it could be as many as 12. So 3rd and 19 now for Lamar off his back foot from the end zone, up in traffic, and pitch! JJ3 goes up and climbs the ladder, and he's still on his feet out to the 40, and then works just past the 40 to the 38. What a pick that was, as JJ3 goes up and makes an incredible athletic play on the ball. And that was just an inadvised arm punt here from Lamar, just off his back foot, looking ugly. And he throws it into all kinds of coverage here as JJ3 had a better spot on it. It was left short for Bateman. And JJ3, with better positioning, able to come away with a pick. First turnover of the ball game goes to the Browns. And JJ3 looking really good doing it. Hey, George, welcome in. Go Browns. Now from under center, handoff to Nick Chubb. Big hole to work with, past the line to gain, and out to the 20. Call it the 19-yard line goes Nick Chubb on a very nice run. As you can start to tell that the Ravens are getting a bit worn down up front, and the Browns starting to exert their will at the line of scrimmage and able to open some big holes. That one, no exception, as Nick Chubb is able to get to that second level very quickly. So the Browns threatening here with an opportunity to go ahead in this ball game for the first time after the big JJ3 pick. Deshaun Watson under center. Chubb the single back. He's going to fake the handoff to Chubb. Pressure coming in his face, but he unloads. He's got his bailout. That is Bell, who is able to come back and catch that football. But it is going to go for a loss of 2 yards, because he had to come back to the ball based on that kind of not great throw from Deshaun under pressure. Throws it short of Bell, and Bell had to work back to it and ends up losing 2 yards. Hey, Dion, welcome in. I think we can easily win 7 of those ball games, maybe 8. But I think we definitely can go over 500 in those ball games, as Deshaun Watson is scrambling for his life there and just throws that one away, bringing up a 3rd and 12 from the 21. But I do think we can I think we can win about 7, 8 of those ball games. A little quick throw out to the outside. DPJ getting involved in this ball game at last, and that's going to bring up a 1st and goal from the 4. That one good for 17, and only the first touch for DPJ. He's been targeted at least once, was not able to come away with the would-be touchdown in the end zone early in this one. But this his first reception. George, I think Brissett's smart with the football. He doesn't turn it over. That's a big part of why I think he'll be successful, as well as the roster has constructed around him. I think they're so good. Nick Chubb just absolutely embarrasses the dude, but is tackled relatively quickly for no gain. But just love it. Is Kareem Hunt's going to do the same thing? Still on his feet, fighting for yardage, and he gets 3 yards after a lot of contacts and gets down to the 1. 3rd and goal from the 1 here. Nick Chubb in the backfield. Back to pass, pressure coming to the outside. Deshaun Watson doesn't see it. He's going to get sacked. Yuck! As Tyus Bowser gets in there for a sack, and he's now got 1.5 on the ball game. Yeah, that's true, George. That is true. The disappointment, especially with high upside and high potential, the Browns have found ways to be disappointing unexpectedly. In that Mayfield injury, if Schwartz is better on the reception, running his route, that it's not a pick. If Mayfield doesn't try to tackle a dude with his shoulder and separate it, a lot of things could have gone differently. Maybe he doesn't get so badly injured on the season. Maybe his season looks completely different. A lot of things could happen, and same thing could happen. There's a lot of that potential even for this season. Who knows? But I do have some optimism as the Browns do tie this ball game up 13-13. A little handoff to Gus Edwards up the middle. He is going to be tackled again. We haven't seen J.K. Dobbins for quite some time in this ball game. I think he might have got dinged up somewhere along the way because it's been a steady dose of Gus Edwards really since about the first quarter, as Perrion Winfrey is going to get a nice little tackle there, keeping him to a 3rd and 1 after no pickup. Now a handoff again up the middle, and Gus Edwards is going to gain the 1 yard needed. Yeah, no, Dion, you're absolutely right. I think our defense is a big part of why, especially now that it's the same unit, very little change from coaching to personnel to, and really you've added to it, and those that have been added are fitting in very, very well. MJ Emerson is a great example of that. I think he could see some significance at snaps this season based on what we've seen from him so far. A little handoff to Gus Edwards up the middle, goes for a few yards. But yeah, the defense is a big part of that. I think the run game is a big part of that, and Brissett's just careful with the ball. He doesn't turn it over. Yeah, he's not going to do the flashy splash plays, but he's going to keep you on schedule, and he's not going to turn the ball over, and that's what you need. When you need him to pass, he'll work the underneath. He'll gain the yards you have to have, and he may not be splashy doing it, but at the same time, with the roster as constructed, you can win with that, especially with a solid defense. The Browns, even last year, only had to score 20 points in all their games, and they would have won the vast majority of their ball games because the defense is that good. And that was, still coming together, trying to figure each other out, working on communications. What a play from Newsome out on the outside, a great BBU there, holding the Ravens and forcing a punt. You have to feel like that's only going to improve in this season. I think they can very well be. They have a very good shot at being the number 1 defense in the NFL this year. And if they do that, then the offense really doesn't have to be awesome and do all the crazy productivity to win ball games. I think they're still going to have moments of that, but they don't have to be that. So they're not going to be reliant on splash plays. They're going to be, consistent game plans, marching down the field, getting those productive plays, keeping that the management of your drives, that efficiency going is all that really matters at that point. And so long as you can put points on the board, you should have, some success and get in ball games. Yes, I do. John, that's a good question. I think that they can beat the Dolphins. That's also a great roster, but I have a lot more faith, honestly, in Brissett than I do in Tua for a lot of reasons. What a play for the Chief, just refusing to be dragged down there, kind of shoving a guy off of his hip, would-be tackler, and then continuing to fight for more yardage there from David Njoku. Nice play. Hey, Wendell, welcome in. But no, I do think they can beat, with Jacoby Brissett and these Browns. I think they could beat the Dolphins as their roster is constructed. Don't get me wrong, that's a very, very good roster, but honestly, I think the Browns is better in terms of roster construction, more complete. And then if you're taking, would you rather have Tua or Brissett? To me, the answer is clear. I'd rather have Brissett. Little handoff up the middle. And that's just a consistency thing. Tua is too inconsistent for me. Yeah, they say he's super accurate, but he doesn't have arm strength. And he's not as accurate as consistently as, he can be accurate, clearly, but he's not as consistently accurate, and he suffers under pressure, and he's got a lot of other issues to his game. So I don't like Tua. As the guys, the Ravens are going to bring the farm, and Deshaun is going to scramble and then throw it out of bounds, bringing up a 3rd and 8. Back to pass is Deshaun Watson. He's going to scramble out to the left side now. Chased and throwing that one away again. So that's going to be a fourth down here for the Browns, and the punt unit is likely out on the field. And there they are. So Corey Pahorka is going to look to try to pin the Ravens back here in this 13-13 ball game. Has been very much a defensive struggle. And that one, unfortunately, is going to end up bouncing in the end zone. And certainly not what Corey was looking to do, as the Ravens will get basically to enjoy the effects of what would nets as a short punt, starting from the 20-yard line. Little handoff, Gus Edwards working up the middle, fighting through some traffic with a nice little jump cut there to make 8 yards on that carry for Gus Edwards. 2nd and 2. Now Lamar, he's going to hand it off to Gus, who's going to be met by Myles Garrett very quickly there in the backfield. That'll set him back 2 yards and bring up a 3rd and 4. Hey, Applied, welcome in. And yes, Mason, I agree. Our 5th DB certainly could be a starter for many teams in this NFL. I mean, MJ Emerson certainly has the potential to be a starter on many rosters. AJ Green has, shown potential to be a starter on many rosters. You've got some dudes in that cornerback room. I think you've got some dudes in the safety room. They're going to have to make some hard choices because some very, very talented guys are just not going to end up on the roster for the 53. And, it's going to be one of those table scraps kind of situation where some very talented dudes are going to sign with other teams because that's how good the roster is for the Browns. They've got some great, great players that are there's just not space for them all. And yes, the depth is incredible. I love it. Kareem Hunt on the outside, a little zone concept, and he's going to pick up some yards there. And the Browns continuing to punish the Ravens here with the run game, which is such a key contributor to their success. Now the Ravens bring in the farm again. Pressure coming, and he's going to unload out to the outside. He had the Chief right there, but elects to throw it away instead. 3rd and 4. Now back to pass. Max protection. Deshaun Watson's going to go deep. He's got a man down there, but it's going to be picked as DPJ really didn't fight for that one. And Humphreys was able to come away with the pick. The Ravens first on the day. And that one, not really what you wanted to see. I thought DPJ really should have made more of a play on the ball, but I mean, he's kind of in the position to and left a little bit short by Deshaun, as he didn't quite get all of it on there, but unfortunate that DPJ not able to at least break it up, preventing the interception. So the Ravens are going to take over after what amounts to a long arm punt. Little handoff up the middle. Gus Edwards is going to bust past the second level. Nice block there from Ricard to spring him for some extra yardage. And Gus Edwards picks up a quick first down. Ronnie Harrison in on the tackle. In real life, I do like him as a 2, Mason. I think he's going to be very good as a 2. I just don't think Madden respects him enough as that 2 threat on the outside. In routes like that, single coverage, he should be winning more than that. He's one of the best on the team in contested catches. Him and Cooper are both excellent on the contested catch front. And I think he wins more often than not in those kind of situations. 2nd and 10 now. Throw it, working to the outside. Mark Andrews on the reception. And Lamar continuing to keep the efficient drive going here with positive plays. Yeah, no, I agree with that, Dion. Like I said, some very talented players potentially to get looking to be cut by this roster, by this team, which is just did not used to be the case. As we used to be the ones looking for the table scraps from all the other teams and hoping to see who might become, what talented guys would become available, and that is just no longer true for the Browns, as they are, so deep and so loaded. A 4th and 2 after a nice hold here from the defense, likely looking at a punt here. Actually, from the 43, they may trot out Tucker. We'll see. I do think he's a receiver, absolutely applied. He's worked so hard. He's got that nose to the grindstone mentality. They do trot out Tucker for the 60-yarder. Tucker's kick is up. He's got the leg, but he missed. He drifted left also, so 2 long kicks in this ball game, both drifting to the left and no good, and so the favor is returned, and good field position now going to the Browns as a result of that Justin Tucker miss from 60. And so, interestingly, the long arm punt from Deshaun Watson amounts to nothing here. 1st and 10 now for Deshaun. We'll hand off to Nick Chubb, and he is going to gain a yard before being tackled. 2nd and 9. I'm not sure about Master Teague if he got injured. Didn't hear about it. If so, Deshaun Watson pressured. He's going to take a big sack. And Owe in on the sack as Deshaun really had nowhere to go and ends up running backwards. Don't like that. 3rd and 23. Yeah, I did see Hayward got hurt. But, yeah, Diablo, I agree. I think Mark Andrews is not going to be denied to a certain extent. He's just such a, value. He's just a big-bodied receiver that's just very, very good at that tight end position. To a certain extent, you're not going to fully cut him out of a game plan, but certainly expect they're going to work to take him away a little more effectively this year, and I think they're set up well to do it. So we'll see how well that works, as the Browns are going to have to punt after going 3 and out, which is not what you want to see. So the defensive struggle continues in what is still a 13-13 ball game. And yeah, Watson does look a little rusty. Again, he's kind of coming in, cold off the street, if you will, after serving that long suspension here in our simulated season. This is first ball game back. 1st and 10, a little handoff up the middle, and that one is going to be met in the backfield relatively quickly. Beatty in on the carry for 2. Little shifty run from him. And then Gus Edwards is going to be met by Taven Bryant really quickly for a TFL loss of 1, 3rd and 9. Oh, I didn't see they waived him. Interesting. I did not see that the Steelers had waived Master Teague. That's interesting. Of course, the Browns are not in a position to pick him up. They have an incredibly stacked running back room. There's no way Master Teague is going to end up with our Browns, but certainly wish him success in the NFL. 3rd and 9. Now, airing it deep is Lamar. Waiting on it is Bateman and JJ3, and no one able to come away with it. So the Browns will force a punt of their own, and back-to-back 3 and outs for either team. I think you'd have to go through he's young enough, he should have to go through the waiver wire process, so that all the teams will have a shot at putting in a claim on him. 4th and 9.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And yeah, the field position is rather good. From the 37 is where Deshaun is going to start from. Now, hand off to Nick Chubb, who is met in the backfield. He's now 17 rushes for 78 yards in this one. that one going for -2. 2nd and 12. Yes. Jacoby Brissett playing at a Pro Bowl level is probably unlikely. I mean, I guess it's possible. Anything's possible. But even if he is playing at a Pro Bowl level, you don't. I mean, you've got a franchise, face of the franchise guy in Deshaun Watson. You go to Deshaun Watson. 2nd and 12. Over the middle. He's got DPJ. He's got some room to work, and nice little run after catch there to force himself over the line to gain in some additional yards as well. His second of the ball game, now 32 yards for him. Kyle Hamilton in on the tackle. 1st and 10, Browns. The only reason you might, but again, this is a stretch. I don't see it. But if you're like, all right, we'll get him next year. Let him have a whole full off season to prep, and what a run from Kareem Hunt up the middle. Just slight little jukes in there, and meeting some contact with a nice physical run as well, and really fighting through all of it to get to the first down. Is Kareem Hunt. But the only reason is, I guess, if you're worried, maybe, but if he's playing at a Pro Bowl level, you're in a position to go to the playoffs. You want Deshaun Watson for a playoffs. There's no question he's established. I mean, I just don't see it. Unless you're, worried he might get hurt or something, but that doesn't make any sense. You're probably, at that level of play with this roster for Jacoby Brissett, you got to go to DW4. You have to. 1st and 10. Kareem Hunt, he's going to be met in the backfield by Pierce, but he breaks Pierce's tackle, but it's cleaned up by Hamilton. And Pierce, how good has he been? That one, he set it up for Hamilton to get the TFL there, a loss of 4. But an impressive broken tackle nonetheless from Kareem Hunt, just Hamilton was there to finish. Now trips formation to the right. Kareem Hunt on the left hip of Deshaun Watson. 2nd and 14. And he'll hand off to Kareem Hunt up the middle. He's got some room. Nice blocking. And he is going to be tackled after a nice little game. Sets up a 3rd and 8. Now Nick Chubb back in the ball game. Back to pass. Watson under pressure throws that one away. And so a 4th down will bring out Cade York for another long field goal attempt. This one from 53. Kick is up. And he missed again. Woof. Guess maybe Madden's thinking that the first miss got in his head. As Cade York is usually pretty good from 53, so surprising he misses that one. Still a 13-13 ball game, and again, Lamar and the Ravens with good field position. JOK on the chase. Lamar scrambled out to the outside, had some room to work with, but picks up 9 before JOK is able to bring him down. Yeah, exactly, John. That's not something we expect to see. He missed a 61.5, and then by pushing it left, and then it drifting left, really, just barely, and then he pushed that one to the right from 53, so a bit odd from Cade York. Now 1st and 10, unloading his, wide open! What is happening? What happened to the coverage there as Beatty had nobody even close to him, and Lamar just put a bead right on him, completely uncontested to the end zone, and just like that, the Ravens go up. As I don't know what happened to the coverage, it's just a quick little seam route. Ronnie Harrison out of position, just biting on a route on the perimeter for no reason that was already covered, and I don't understand it. What happened? Hey, B, welcome in. Go Browns. Unfortunately, the Browns making a very ugly defensive play there as Ronnie Harrison caught well out of position. He should have had that deep middle, and he drifted out to the outside to double cover a route that was unnecessary when, I guess he didn't see the little seam route being run up the middle by Beatty, who is just absolutely uncovered. Nobody even there, and Lamar certainly wasn't going to miss that opportunity. Yeah, I agree. There's no way that Cade York misses probably either of those kicks, but unfortunately misses both of them in this one. Nick Chubb is going to get the carry and gain a few yards here as the Browns have got to respond. This is an important drive for them. Welcome in, Fellegren. Now, snap back to Deshaun. He's going to throw it out to the outside. Chiefs got it, and he's going to be tackled kind of towards the line of scrimmage as he falls that way and does pick up, or excuse me, not line of scrimmage, the line of gain, and does pick up that first down. But we're glad you're here now, Fellegren. No such thing as too late. And you can always watch them back later if you don't happen to catch the live. We do appreciate both our live viewers as well as those who watch later. We very much appreciate all of our subscribers and viewers on the channel. Nice little run on the outside to Nick Chubb there. Picks up 9.5, second and inches here. We'll hand off now to Kareem Hunt. He's got some work to do, but he does it as that one was being closed quickly by the defense. A lot of defenders in the area, but a great stiff arm from Kareem Hunt to gain the first down, 1st and 10. Nick Chubb now in the zone. And the handoff is to Nick Chubb, who's got 3 tacklers to take him down. Only a few yards there. Call it 2, 2nd and 8. Now the Ravens showing blitz. And they're going to bring 5. Back to pass is Deshaun, thrown to his outlet. He's got DPJ out there on the perimeter, and he does gain a first down. So the Browns continue to march here. And this is such an important drive for them now in the fourth quarter. 4:34 left, down by 7. 1st and 10. From under center, Nick Chubb is in the zone. He gets the handoff up the middle. He's going to fight through that tackler. Sit down! And he gets past the line to gain again. Another first down for these Browns. And now over the 100-yard mark is Nick Chubb. And such a physical run there. Just will not be denied. Love it when Nick Chubb's in the zone. That's how he looks in real life. Sit down! All right, 40 runs to 30 passes is the balance for the Browns here in this one. Harrison in motion. Little handoff to Kareem Hunt, and Kareem Hunt's going to fight for a few yards there. Call it 2, 2nd and 8. 3:02 left in the ballgame. Now back to pass is Deshaun. Working up in the pocket, he's going to unload, he's got a man! Oh, just not able to come away with it is DPJ. He had something there with nice position on the defender, but able to knock it out. I think that was Humphreys. Back to pass, Watson. All kinds of time on this 3-man rush. All kinds of time. And finally finds somebody coming back to the ball, and that was the Chief, Njoku, with the reception, and that one goes for a first down, a much-needed first down as the clock continues to tick here. 2:35 left in this ball game with the Browns threatening. They have to have a touchdown. .218 and counting in the ball game. Out of the gun is Deshaun Watson. Kareem Hunt on the right hip. Back to pass. 3-man rush. Throw out to the outside. He's got Njoku. And he picks up a few yards there. Call it 6, 2nd and 4. And we're down to the 2-minute warning in a bit of a nervy game here against the Ravens. Down 7. But driving are the Browns. 2nd and 4. I'll hand off to Nick Chubb. That's exactly what you should do. Fight through a tackler. And near the line to gain is Nick. Call it a 3rd and 1 here. Still in the zone. Hand it right back to him. No, back to pass. He's going to unload. He's got the Chief first down. Just over the line to gain. Nice little catch here as they're going to booth review this. They're saying he's short. What a bad spot that was, ref. Hopefully they'll overturn it because the Browns certainly had it past the line to gain on the David Njoku, that is, had it past the line to gain on the forward progress. There's no way that wasn't a first down. No, I don't know. I don't know that you do that. That's I don't know. That's a tough call. They do give the first down credit as they should. Blitz coming over the middle. He's got touchdown Browns. Let's go. That's what they needed to see. And Cooper reels that one in as a beautiful throw from Deshaun Watson hits him right over the line for the touchdown. A minute 26 here. Obviously, you're going to look to tie the game here with York. I don't think you go for two in this spot. But you got to come out here and play some solid defense. Got to hold Lamar after you tie this ball game out. And hopefully a 3-and-out gives you some chance at a quick go-ahead field goal to win the ball game. But now it's time to call on that defense. Tie ball game 2020, minute 26 in the fourth. And now you're putting all that pressure on the defense. Come up with a big play here. It's time for your playmakers to make that play. Myles Garrett sack, a Denzel Ward pick. JJ3 could get another one. Maybe some Greg Newsome action. Let's see something here. You got to get your playmakers to do something here on the defense. Make some big plays. Hopefully a 3-and-out. Allow yourself some time on the clock to come away with it and have a shot at kicking the game winner from Cade York. First and 10 from the 33. Here's Lamar. They did. They lots of time to rest here for this defense. They should be fresh for this. Hopefully amped up. Let's go. 4-man rush. Lamar over the middle. He's got a man quickly tackled there as Duvernay, but he does gain a first down. Now near the mid stripe. Over the middle, in field goal range there now. And that was too much and too quickly. Browns kind of feel like they were caught on their heels here on defense. And already in Justin Tucker field goal range. Yuck. You gotta get something here. They'll hand out to Gus Edwards and going to be tackled by Perry and Winfrey. A timeout taken. But certainly not in a position you want to be in with Justin Tucker on the other side. Mr. Automatic himself, 2nd and 6. We'll hand off to Gus Edwards. Exactly what you would want to do in this situation. Hand the ball off and just make sure you're in easy field goal range and run out all that clock. 48 seconds left, 1st and 10. And those first two passes were just absolute dimes and complete backbreaker here as Gus Edwards is going to work up the middle again. 2nd and 4, 33 ticks left. And this one, timeout taken, but man, I feel like you just complete letdown on defense here as those two quick strikes from Lamar do all the damage they need, and you're just not going to miss with Justin Tucker from here. There's no way. And I certainly wouldn't risk the ball to the air, so unless, pending some kind of fumble recovery here, now 3rd and inches, 26 seconds, but unless the Browns can force a fumble, this game is all but over, sadly. 20 ticks left. Ravens with their final timeout. That's all they need to stop the clock. Get Justin Tucker out there with 1 second left and kick the field goal to win it. So now, really all you can do is hope to block the kick. There is really nothing else for it. As the Browns, and we do not see that on Madden, unfortunately. I think we've seen 1 blocked kick total in the game of Madden, which is just makes it very unlikely here. They don't even try for a kick block. That's gross. Come on. What is that? Well, sadly, the Browns are going to lose this one to the Ravens, and that was just not the way you wanted to end it. You have the defense to make those kind of plays and come up with that critical stop, but the defense just comes out flat on the last most critical drive of the game. Gave them enough time to get it done, and instead of going to overtime and kind of resetting, having an opportunity to win in overtime, Browns leave too much clock on the board, give the Ravens a chance. They trust their defense, which, with the defense they have, you understand that, trusting the defense, but the Ravens just carved them up and came out really flat, and hence we have a easy win here for the Ravens, 23-20, in what was just a back and forth defensive struggle, but the Browns, at the end of the day, their defense can't get it done. So, kind of a disappointing finish here in this one. But look at the numbers. We're not going to get a chance to get into the statistics as Phil is not actually at his console to run through them for either team, so we're only going to get the overall look here for Deshaun Watson, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns at a 65.7% completion rating, and then Lamar was 62%, 192 yards and 2 touchdowns, both quarterbacks with a single pick. Nick Chubb had 22 carries for 109 yards. He was obviously very good, but they didn't rely on him enough late. And then Amari Cooper, 5 receptions, 78 yards. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 3 receptions for 42 yards. And unfortunately, this one is going to end the way of the Ravens, and the Browns are going to go down in a heartbreaking fashion late in this one with 2 unexpected Cade York misses. Yes, they were long kicks, but I think Cade York probably drills both of those. And obviously, we'd have a 26-23 ball game had he not missed both of those, and everything else turned out the same. So, a bit of a maddening moment there at the end, but certainly not the outcome we would have expected out of this one with the defense that we have. So, anyway, that one will wrap it up for us. We appreciate you all. We appreciate the subscribes, and if you want to hit the like button, we'd appreciate that too, as it appears that YouTube does enjoy those. If you like to have join us for talk about the Browns and the NFL in general in between Sims, you can join us on our Discord channel. The link to that is in the description of this or any of our other videos. We'd love to have you there. Just go ahead and click on the team that you prefer in the Pick Your Team tab there, so we can shout you out when we have announcements specific to your team, and then we can also know who you're a fan of, and because we do welcome fans of all NFL fan bases here at Nagy on Sports. We're all part of Nagy Nation. And then we do appreciate those subscribers, new and old. You guys have been the best, and Nagy Nation has been so supportive of this COVID project that Phil started way back when. It seems now we've been doing this for quite some time, but we really enjoy it, and we couldn't do this without all of you. So this time we're going to have to say, unfortunately, go Ravens, but as always, go Browns!